Yeah. The cloth. He wants to travel around the world buying cloth. So he grabbed by the cloth, took these patterns and started that business.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
That is pretty neat.
Wow.
His funeral, small, 30 people, but 10 of them were like clothing executives.
Did I give you a copy last?
No, it's just an email. I'm not, we're not. We really were this week about checking.
But usually I want login so I can get Google Maps. If there's no public hearing on the day,
Right. Whitney, I've got 6:30.
6:30, so we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. We could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll now have our roll call.
Randall Bohannon. Rich Shine. Tim Middleton.
Here.
Karen Isberg.
Here.
Chad Wells.
Here.
Chris Sharp.
Here.
Whitney Stepp.
Here.
Doug Curl.
Here.
Floyd Green.
Yeah.
And at this time, we'll have the approval of our minutes from our January 8th, 2025 meeting. Those minutes were in your packet. Hopefully all the commissioners had time to review. If not, take that time now, and then we'll entertain a motion to approve them. There are no additions or deletions or corrections. Yes, I am. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, good deal. We're now going to move on to our non-public administrative review items that are on the agenda. There were initially 5 items. The second item has now been postponed per the applicant's request. So we'll start with the first item. Kim, are you going to walk us through that?
This is a in-family conveyance of a property from father to son. It is for 5.066 acres at 1815 Still Road. This is the second in-family conveyance on this large tract of the parent farm. It went through TRC, and all deficiencies have been corrected and is in order for your review.
Any questions from the commission? Is there anyone here from the public that is here on this item? Okay. Hearing no questions, is anyone prepared to take action?
Make a motion for the approval of the in-family conveyance on tract of land containing 226.066 acres located at 1605 Still Road.
We have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So passes. Moving on to item 3 on the agenda, since item 2 has been postponed. Kim?
This is Midway University. They wanted to build a field house by the baseball field and football field, and discovered upon placement of this building that it was going to be over top of a property line. So what this survey does is the little bump out to the northwest of the property creates the area of where this building can sit, so it's not over top of a property line. It is, and it went through TRC and is in order.
It's just a matter of which one is messy.
They're trying to clean things up over there, so.
Any questions, concerns from the commission? Hearing none. Is anyone prepared to act on this item?
I'll move we accept the consolidation of Midway College.
Second?
I'll second.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, passes.
Madam Chair, if I might, just for completeness here, if I could state that the postponed plat was the William and Teresa Goodlet subdivision at 208 and 284 Curd Lane and 12391 Troy Pike, Wilmore. So that's what's going to be postponed till next meeting.
Thank you, council. Our next item, which is item 4. Kim?
This is Stephen and Virginia Wurzbach of 8090 McCown's Ferry Road in family conveyance to their daughter and son-in-law at 83 Elliston Lane. This is a creation of a 10.662 acre tract off of Elliston. Fire hydrant was required for this during TRC, and the property owner, Mr. Wurzbach, has already been in contact with South Woodford Water District for the placement of that fire hydrant on McCown's Ferry Road. And everything else is in order for your approval.
Okay. Any questions of the commission?
So what's left of the, I found that, this one's confusing because there are 2 tracks on this. So which
Tract 1 is the parent, what's left of the parent tract,
It's 11.4
11.418 acres.
So they're hiving the 10 acres off the 11 acres? So how's this possible?
Well, no, it was a total of 20, yeah.
So how's that possible?
This is the old, under the old process that the fiscal court has adopted the new in-family conveyance rules.
Under the old rules, how?
But the old rules, the threshold was
15
15
acres.
acres and greater, you were eligible. So if you had 15 acres or greater, you could cut potentially a 1 acre tract, so you could cut a 14 and a 1. This property's 22 and some change.
So has that changed in our online?
Yeah, we put the new documents online already, yeah. We put it on.
Send me that memo, that's what I looked up this morning.
Yeah.
Questions,
So
questions withdrawn.
yeah, the effect on Tuesday
Was it
night.
Tuesday?
We
Yeah.
posted it yesterday. Yeah.
Just for the public, so you have knowledge, the new ordinance went into effect Tuesday night through the fiscal court, but anything filed prior to that, we obviously will still have to handle under the old rules.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a few more coming down the pipeline that will be under the old rules.
Just as a confession, I obviously did a quick look up of that this afternoon.
Any other questions or concerns? Okay, hearing none, anyone prepared to make the motion?
I'll move that we approve this subdivision and family conveyance on this tract containing 22.023 acres located at 8090 McCallinsbury Road.
Second? Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Awesome. Chris, I want to show you the time for a second when you get a chance, because we had a bet going, so it's not 7 o'clock yet. All right, our final item. Kim.
Steve
Oh,
is
you're going to
gonna
do the final one? Okay, you can do the messy
And I'm
one.
gonna drag us out to 7:05.
Oh, you better not. I had a bet my first meeting will be done in an hour.
Let's take our time on this one here.
Give me, give me just a second, Steve. Karen?
Yes,
did
I'm
not-
sorry, I was muted. There was some noise in the back and I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, that's okay. How did you vote on that one?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Are you ready for the last plat? So this property that you see up on the aerial right here, the address is 4230 Fords Mill Road. The property is split zoned. So when we say split zone, that means we have two zoning districts on this property. We have what was A4 to the west that goes up to Patterson Road. And then you have R1B, which is single family, our middle density single family lot that is here on the east side or west side of Fords Mill Road. So in the none such area there, we have some what we call some old zonings. You see what traditionally you would see R1B in the cities and the urban service boundaries, but we have some of that out in the county. There's a little bit of R2 there to the south that's right on this map. So what that means is this property is zoned small community and it's zoned single family, and both districts have minimum standards for lot sizes, setbacks, et cetera. And what the applicant is proposing, and this is a shot that shows you that it's in the small community. The property's highlighted in blue, but you see there's various zonings out there. Traditionally, you would see A4 zonings, but there are other zones out there. So what the applicant is proposing is to subdivide this property into 9 lots and use the zoning splits to sort of dictate some of these lot sizes. So you can see the zoning line there and to the east on this plat. And then you can see the different lots. So the lots that are on Patterson are 2+ acres in size. The lots that are east, some of them are A4, and some of those lots would be actually still split zones. So for example, if we look on the east and just sort of go north to south, lot 1 there's 1.85, and it's going to be a portion of it R1B, a portion of it A4. Lot 2 is 0.93. And again, because it's R1B, you could actually have a lot down to 1/4 of an acre, but you obviously couldn't cut lots that small when you have to utilize septic systems. So lot 2 is 0.93 because the R1B zoning allows a lot to be that size. And then the other lots are typically over 1 acre. Then lot 4 is the biggest lot of the 9, which is 3.64 acres. But again, the A4 zoning to the west, the minimum lot size is 1 acre. The R1B to the east, the minimum lot size is 10,000 square foot. Different setbacks in the different zones. So the plat is technically correct. It shows the 9 lots. They meet the dimensions of the 2 various zoning districts. For the future, the setbacks will have to be met for the different zones. Septics will have to be approved on these lots to move forward before any buildings can be built. And there is a couple existing structures on a few of the lots. On lot 5, there's an existing trailer that straddles the lot line. The note on the plat says that's going to be removed because the structure can't sit on the lot line. The house that's on lot 3 will remain, and there's an old commercial use or an old church facility that's on lot 2 that's non-conforming. So we got a couple buildings on the lots, but most of the other lots are vacant at this point in time. And again, going back and lets you see the aerial again, this is an aerial shot of the property. It's in 2 lots technically right now, if you can see that. 4230 is the bigger lot, and 4210 is the old church, and 4250 is where the mobile home is. And again, this shows the zoning splits that were, I guess, back in the day, someone just did a swath of R1B that transitioned right into R2, and then you can even see there's B1 over there where Irish Acres is. And then there was a zone change to A4. I want to show one other exhibit. This is the small community. This was actually a zone change that when all this property was zoned back in the day, there was a conceptual plan that showed a road that would go from Ford's Mill to Patterson. That was never built, and then the zoning ordinance was changed a few years after that prohibits roads to be built into the A4 zone. So at that point in time, there was 15 lots on a proposed conceptual development plan that the Planning Commission looked at. I think it says 1994. And again, had those been built in the first few years, a street, this could have been developed this way, but the county then changed the rules where no streets could be built into the A4. So the only option at this point is to subdivide lots based on your frontage. And the R1B frontages are 50, and it's 150 foot on the Patterson side. So all the lots meet the frontage requirement, meet the minimum lot size, setbacks, et cetera. So it's a technically correct plat. I'd be glad to answer any questions, and I believe the applicant's here if you guys have any.
Why would you design lot 4 like that?
You know, I'm not going to pick on anyone that laid it out, but the property owner and myself, we talked about lot 4 a little bit. That's the lot that the family's going to retain, I believe, and it's kind of the remnant piece. The family member lives on lot 3 that kind of ties those together, and it just wraps around the existing lot. Some of the discussion I think I had with the applicant was lot 2. You potentially could drag it back to the zoning line, clean it up, and hedge your bet if you had a septic issue come your way. But that they designed the lots the way they want to possibly offer them for sale or subdivide the property. So you got a large utility easement that goes north and south in the center. You got another utility easement to the west. You got kind of a wet area on the property here up on the Patterson side, up here on the western edge. So I think the applicant or the property owners, if the plat's approved, are going to have to do some due diligence with septics and some site design on these lots. So it's very possible they may have to come back and swap some lot lines back around based on septic needs in the future.
And if the applicant's here, you are permitted 10 minutes to speak if you'd like to address the commission.
What's that?
If you want to say anything, or if you have any comments you want to make.
No, I'm just listening.
Okay. Does the commission have any questions? Is there anyone here from the public who would like to make a comment? We have 10 minutes total for public comments. Make sure you state your name for the record, please.
Tall, so sorry. My name is Natalie Blake, and Whitney, I promise you'll get out of here before then. I'm an Unsuch resident. I actually live just down the street. So let me address the Weldies first. You're my neighbor, so I don't want you to think I harbor any ill will or anything like that. You know, and I'm not trying to be difficult, but I do feel the need to speak up for the community and for the land. It's my understanding the zone change occurred here, so this is just regarding the subdivision, you know, of the application here. So as you can see from the proposed lot layout, there's some oddly drawn lines, which appear to focus on cramming in as much as possible. I've sat through enough P&Z and fiscal court meetings in the last year to know that you guys really don't like the irregularly shaped lots, and that they cause some problems. The Ford's Mill side of the road shows that there's, I guess, some potential for driveways. There's a blind hill there. I drive that road, you know, twice a day, every day. It's a little dicey. That could certainly increase traffic collisions, other incidents there. We've got some environmental impacts to consider, how septic systems would be able to be safely added. Last year, Chief Montgomery stood in this room and expressed some concern for a potential zone change just down the street. I think it was within like half a mile of this area. It would have created a similar number of lots, and it was rejected. based on a variety of reasons. But it's a highly concentrated area. There's a concern for what type of homes could potentially be built there. There already is a mobile home that's in the area. I don't know if the plan is to move it, or add more, but, adding more would essentially turn the space across from the Glitz next to the church barn on your way into Nonesuch into kind of a crudely put together mobile home park. And I don't think many Nonesuch residents really want that. The request to subdivide the property brings much more harm to the community than it even benefits the current owners. I'm asking the commission to please think about the long-term ramifications of approving this request. You've spent an incredible amount of time in the last year working on changes to the zoning ordinance, which I really appreciate, by the way, and focusing on preserving Woodford County land. So let's please not take any steps back. Please consider what irreparable harm this could do to the small community of Nonesuch, and please reject this application to subdivide. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to speak.
Okay, and you're the applicant, correct?
I've worked for the applicant, I'm Jeff Ransdell, so.
Did you get his name? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'd like to state that the trailer is gonna be gone and there won't be any trailers there. They're gonna do some requirements for house size, stuff like that. They want a nice development, they're gonna live there. And this is a minor plat that meets all your all's requirements. So that's all I have. Thanks.
Mr. Anstel, could you say what type of requirements they're going to do for house size? What do you mean by that?
They've been talking about that. It's probably gonna be in the 1,500, 2,000 square foot on the first floor.
By virtue of deed restrictions or restrictive
Correct,
covenants?
correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Any other questions?
So, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Steve, just to be clear, they're not asking for a zone change?
No, this is
No.
just a plat.
So there's
Yeah,
no
it's
zone change?
administrative. Yeah, I mean, it's, yeah.
Okay, so they're not asking for a zone change, and you can't put a mobile home park in a R1B?
No, you couldn't do a mobile home park, nor could you do individual mobile homes in R1B. You could do manufactured homes in either zone,
We would do that.
technically, a
Mobile home
manufacturing.
parks can't go in.
Mobile home parks or individual mobile homes would be prohibited in both zones, but a manufactured home or stick-built home or modular home would be permitted.
Thank you.
Any other questions, having heard that?
Just out of curiosity,
Reverend Green, put your mic on, please.
just out of curiosity, how did the church get on the property? And how did-
The church was
it
approved
active?
years ago. It was a store, I believe, before that, someone's told me, and then the church had been there, and it's vacant now.
Well, nobody owns it?
These property owners own it.
Okay.
I'm assuming it was either a permitted use in the R1B, it could have been a conditional use in years prior, but we didn't find a conditional use permit, I don't think. It might just been a use that was permitted in the R1B back in the day, maybe. Single-family zone.
Steve, she may know how long it's been there.
How long's the church?
What's that?
How long was the church there? When did the church go in?
When did church go in? Way back when. It was a grocery store.
No.
Then it was changed to, they had a gun shop. They had another store. Then when we got it, it was actually a store, but, you know, and it was, back when they didn't zone, you know, when this stuff was going on, they didn't do no zoning. Back, you know, 'cause this has been a long time ago, that building's been there. And then they built it, they just went in there, remodeled it, and did the church.
So going forward, we've talked with the property owners about this. If they were to sell that lot right now, a church could go back in as a non-conforming use, but a store could not go back in because they've lost that ability to put a store in. It's specific to the use that was prior. It's zoned single family, so really all that can happen on that property is a single family home. So someone could convert that building to a home, it's probably unlikely, or they could take the structure down, build a new home. But there's been some folks inquire about that building. For example, could they run a business in it? Could they have, a daycare or retail business? And the answer is no on all those things. It's only grandfathered in to be a church for a limited time frame. That's going to be a tricky lot moving forward. If it's sold, it's less than an acre. There's a septic system out there. It's a structure that doesn't really accommodate a residential use. So either there'll have to be a zone change for a future use or a remodel of that structure into a residential standard and a septic evaluated.
Well, there's no record that is taken by adverse possession or anything.
Any other questions? Okay. It's far from pretty, but there's nothing that prohibits it, so. Anyone want to entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept the approval of subdivision of 19.96 acres located at 4230 Fords Mill Road, Versailles, Kentucky.
Second motion.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, passes. That concludes our non-public administrative review items. We're going to move into other business items, starting with our committee assignments. The nominations were accepted via email. You see the document in your packet, can see kind of where we landed. The issue is we have two committees, the advisory committee and the comprehensive plan committee, that have 5 members, which is not our preference. We'd like it to have no more than 4. So if we can have volunteers to withdraw their nomination, that would be great. If not, I'll just make final decisions, I imagine, as far as the nominations, and then we'll vote on them. So that's the advisory committee and the comprehensive plan committee. We need to get those down to 4 members. Thank you.
I'd rather be on the comprehensive plan committee.
Okay.
So I'm good.
And again, you can attend any committee
Sure,
meeting,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
as a
yeah.
commissioner. You just can't vote.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're good. Is there anybody willing to step down or withdraw their nomination from the comprehensive plan committee?
You're pulling off the advisory.
Advisory, yeah. Correct, yeah.
But presumably, anything that the comprehensive plan committee comes before the full planning commission is open to discussion and modification. Is that correct?
Yes.
I would step down off the comprehensive plan committee on those terms.
Thank you. With those 2 withdrawals, it looks like we have established committees here. Council, do we have to literally vote on each committee, or can it be just a motion to approve the committees?
Kim, unless you know any reason otherwise, I think we can vote as a slate on this. So.
Okay.
I would like to request that we vote on each committee.
He's just trying to go till 7:30. No.
And a
We're going to exercise
drawn out debate.
to vote on a slate. Yeah. So, is there anyone who would like to entertain a motion on the slate of committees?
I will move that the slate be accepted as is with the 2 volunteers to step down from their respective committees. Does that make sense?
Yes, we understood. Second, anyone?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Perfect. All right, next we have the budget amendment, which I guess I'll just defer to Steve or Rich. Rich, you want to walk us through that?
Sure. As the chair of the commission.
Put your mic on for me, please.
But Steve, fact check me while I'm talking. So you have in your packet, probably in tiny form, the budget where most of it's just Most of that's just information at the moment, but we need some amendments to be made, which are really housekeeping. They are, we missed the proper number for the carryover from our audit. That's a change of $4,500. We have two, what are these other two?
Three revenue items that we're adjusting
Yeah,
based on mid-year performance numbers.
the salary cleanup for cost of living changes, the cost of the housing study, and the fact that plats are down and building permits are up, the revenue change as well. And then the last thing, the problem with taking notes fast in a meeting, it's only an hour later and I can't read my own notes. The last one is that well, then let's just do that amendment first. Should we do it all at once?
No, I think that's it.
That's it, just the
Those are the
amendment, yeah.
amendments.
The items in yellow are what's being amended. And maybe the increase in revenues, some increase in expenditures, and it sort of dominoes all down into our reserve accounts, they bump up slightly. Mid-year amendment, now we got our audit back, we'll probably do another amendment after the next quarter. We'll see kind of where these revenues land.
Any questions on the budget amendment?
Yeah, I think it's important to say this is mostly housekeeping and this isn't necessarily final. This is, if you're new on the commission, this is the process that starts now and sort of comes to real fruition in about 2 or 3 months. And that's, because it's from a committee, I guess that's a formal motion to
Yes.
accept those amendments.
Need to entertain a motion to accept the amendment.
I'll make an motion to accept the amendments.
Any second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Good deal. Moving on to the fiscal year 26-27 audit.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Audit contract. Yep, still you.
Sorry.
Still gonna,
I
still
just
gonna
heard
defer to
moving
you
on.
on that.
So we, the firm that we're with is at the end of their contract. We signed up with them for a 3-year contract. We bid that out when we first did it, and they came in far under any of the other responses that we got. We're, as a committee, we're recommending that we re-up their contract for an additional 2 years. We did 3 years in the first time, we'll do 2 in the second time, and the reason being that we also proposed that at the end of the 5-year period, we revisit and probably put out another call for proposals. Again, that's a motion, I guess.
Yeah. Not a huge increase. I think it's a pretty,
No, they bumped their cost up $300, and they were already about 4,000, I think, something like that, on the next closest bid when they first came in.
we'll need a motion to approve this.
So I'll move that we approve the extension of the auditor's contract for 2 more years.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Perfect. Okay, now we're moving on to our bill pay list. Any questions, concerns, comments on the bill pay list? No? Okay. And then the finance and budget report, which is also in your packet. Are there any questions, concerns? Chris, nothing?
We have a time limit I think it's for the public, Mr. Sharp.
Moving on to the construction sureties report. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Okay, hearing none. And then we have our permits January 2026 permits as issued in that purple final paper. Any questions, concerns? Hearing none. Any announcements?
It's quiet in this place.
It is.
I'll take it. All right, well, it is 7:02. Does anyone want to move to go home?
Move adjourned.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you. That was a great first meeting. Appreciate that.